Whoa, whoa. Hi. I know. What are you so excited about? Hi, everyone. Hi, it's Rita, and clearly my dogs are very excited about seeing you today and about me broadcasting today. And I hope that you all are excited too. We're going to have another great show here on Cricket Chat. And I am going to, if I can get my computer to work, which appears not to. Uh-oh, I know why. Hey, get away from there. Get away, get away. Oi. Okay, well, you know what? That's okay. We're using the iPad today. So let us... Good thing I showered because you can see me. Hi, guys. So my dog just unplugged the machine. Just unplugged the machine. So I'm going to bring you down here, and we're going to be working on the iPad anyway, so that's fine with me. Yikes. Okay, so this morning, besides having these technical difficulties, now my machine isn't even working, so I can't cut this morning, but that's okay. We're going to be working on a Lori Whitlock file, and it is the one similar to the card that I got. Oh, why? Where are you going, Terry? You're leaving Massachusetts? Are you visiting? Okay, sorry. So we're going to be doing one of these cards. Now, you might recall that Deborah DeChecha sent me a card very similar to this, and I was intrigued, and I had to go and make it. So I did buy it from Lori Whitlock's site, and I want to show you how to download a purchased file from, nice, Terry. A purchased file from either a designer or Etsy or something else. The other thing I want to show you is this. I was so impressed. This says, with enough coffee, anything is possible. And anything is, there's the is. And this was an SVG that I purchased from Etsy. Yeah, so I want to show you how today to download in your iPad. And these are really fun, but it doesn't have to be this particular card, but I will post the link to this particular card. I just want you to understand how, if you have an iPad or you're working from a mobile device, how you can use Design Space in spite of not having a desktop. Okay, so I want to do that today, and let's see. I was just sitting here thinking, what do I want to say today? Let's see. For the rest of the week, I wish I had my Cricut Design Space open, because I have all of these wonderful projects that I want to show you. Let me just check here. I'm having problems. I wanted to show you this print then cut. That was last Friday I actually wanted to show you. And the Cricut developers are working on the print then cut element on that. So I pivoted, and now I have a really beautiful box card from SVG Cuts, and then also a unicorn project that I'll be doing on HTV with some rolled flowers, and then a few other really great projects, including the hydrangeas that we had talked about. So we got a lot going on this week. Okay. So let's see, if you have an iPad, I mean, I love my iPad. I've had it for a long time. And there are some things that are a little bit hard to contemplate, or how to do it. If you're, kind of like me, you grew up with a desktop. And so you're like, you have to use my fingers now, that kind of thing. But working with an iPad can be very useful, and also frees you from your desk because, I found out why I had no power. Okay, it frees you from your desk, and you can do a whole lot of stuff from, the comfort of your couch or bed or wherever it is that you might go. And so it's my time when I have my iPad in the evening. I try to get away from my desk by 5:00, but I still work into the evening. I don't know if you guys are like that. So a lot of times, like places like Lori will have sales, and they're over by midnight. So good morning, Sharon from the UK. Hi, Christina. Hi, Christina. So, she'll have a sale and it's over by midnight. Sometimes it's only a day. And so you might be tempted to purchase files from her or from Etsy or wherever, and and you're thinking, okay, how do I work this on the iPad? Like, how do I get a purchase file from that I bought, and download and put it into Design Space. So I wanted to show you that. And then we'll also be putting together the card. So here is Laurie's site, and I have already purchased. So I'm going to go to my account. So I've already purchased this card, and I want to, where did my card go? The actual card that I made. Now I don't know where it is, but okay. All right. It's not around here. All right. Never mind. So I'm going to go to view order status. I already paid for it. Now, this same technique is also good for places like SVG Cut and Dreaming Tree. So just so you know that this is sort of the same for all of these kind of sites. So I'm going to go to view order status, and this is my most recent one. It's a pop-up flower card. Let me just go to the order details. So I purchased this. It's a pop-up flower card for $1.99, and I now want to download the file. Okay, so you'll see down here under item details, it said download files in parentheses. So we're going to click on that. And here it shows that it's coming in as a zip. Okay, and so I'm going to touch on that, and you'll notice it comes up with a pop-up window. And you just hit download, and you'll see actually up here, if you're on an iPad, that it's actually downloading. Okay. So let's go to, before we get to Design Space, let's go to the files, that I have on this iPad. Now, it's a little hard to get your head all around this, but I do have the cloud, and so it's supposed to be like a file sharing, but it really isn't. There's some that are static here and some that are on my Design Space on my computer. So that's not going to help for me. So what I need to do is go to my files right here, and you'll see I have this iCloud drive, but it's not completely populated. I'm going to choose this one that says on my iPad. And here are the files that I have downloaded that are on my iPad. Okay, and let's see, where's the one that we just did? Let me find it. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to downloads, not on my iPad. So I'm in the download section, and you'll see at the bottom here, there's the zip file. It says LW, which means Laurie Whitlock 5x7 pop-up flower, and it's in a zip format. You can't bring a zipped file into Design Space. It has to be unzipped, which the iPad can do for you. You just click on the file. Don't like click like this. Well, I suppose you can do it that way too, but I click and hold, and then I choose this, uncompress. And when I choose uncompress, it gives me a folder that includes everything in that file. I have a terms of use, which is just like a reading file that if you wanted to read about how you can use her product. There is the actual SVG in what she calls solid, meaning that it will come in with solid score lines. Here is the same thing, but with dashed cut lines in place of the scoring. And there's a picture of what your end product is supposed to look like. Okay. Hi, Susan. Nice to see you. So I have unzipped this folder. And by the way, I saw Shirley saying, I got a message that I had a lot of, I used up all my iCloud storage. That's very easy to do. So I would suggest when you have some time to go back and clear out your iCloud drive, because iCloud is a little bit of a misnomer. It's not like there's a cloud in the sky that holds everything. It's actually somebody else's computer, and so it's being held there. And they put limits on it. Just Google does it, and all the other major guys do it. So there are some limitations there. Oh, hey. Stop. Someone walking a dog and the door is open. Okay, so let's get back to Design Space. I so appreciate that you guys don't mind that the dogs are barking. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to go back to Design Space, and I'm going to choose Design Space here. And I'm going to, this is what I get when I just click on Design Space. Teddy bear. Teddy. That woman's walking the dog right over again, back. I'm sorry your dogs are barking. I so apologize. He's particularly vocal today. I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, so I've purchased and I've downloaded to my iPad this Laurie Whitlock file. So I want to show you how to get it into Design Space, okay? I'm going to choose New Project. All right? And once I do that, I am going to hit this, Upload. So when I go to upload, I have 4 choices. I have take a picture, select from the photo library, browse files, or open uploaded images. Okay. Now, these are all 4 valid places that you can upload an SVG, but I'm just going to show you one, and that is browse files. So this would be something you would use if you just purchased an SVG and downloaded it to your iPad. So we hit browse files, and you will see it comes up actually on a different Laurie Whitlock file, but I'm going to go back to browse, to the actual browse, and I'm going to go hit that download again, and we are going to look for that Laurie Whitlock one. Here it is, and now I can choose between the solid or the regular cut. Now if you have a Joy, and Joy doesn't have scoring, right? So if you have a Joy, these files are your friend, because you can choose this one, and that will be with the dash cut lines. And if you want to use your scoring wheel, you would just import the solid one. So here's what happens. It shows you the file and it's asking you to name it. Very similar to the desktop thing. So because I like to keep my files all together, I'm going to name this LW for Laurie Whitlock, and I'm going to call it Pop up flower card, okay? Or whatever you want to name it. And when you're done, you're going to save it. Now, once you do that, it will actually bring you to all of the images that you've uploaded. See all these? These are all uploaded. Some of them I uploaded on my desktop, and some of them I uploaded from my iPad. But they're all here for me to work with. And so I'm going to choose this one. That's the one I just uploaded. I'm going to bring it in to Design Space. So here it is. All right, and you'll notice it comes in very similarly to when you're working on your desktop. So you're going to have to ungroup it and do a couple things to it before you cut it out. The first thing that you're going to do first is you're going to ungroup. So I'm going to actually go to Actions and choose Ungroup. And then I can freely move each individual piece here. Now you'll notice that there are... Let's see, there's the card itself, and and then there are these 4 pieces of the flower and the inside stamen. All of these need to be attached. They come in, we've talked about this before, but they come in when you are uploading an image, they come in unattached, even though they are grouped there. So you just need to click on each one of the items that have those cut lines, and you're going to choose attach right here at the bottom. Attach. That's under Actions. So I just need to do that all those times. So I'm attaching, 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 and attaching. Now you'll know you messed it up if you were to make it and you have one panel that, or one mat that has just these cut lines. So keep in mind, because sometimes you just don't catch them all, and you just need to make sure that they're attached. So did we attach this one? Yeah. The next thing that we're going to have to do, undo. Okay. The next thing we're going to have to do has to do with this piece. So this is like an insert card. Move this over so you can see it bigger. So this is an insert card. It's very plain, teddy bear. And it has this backing. Oh my goodness. You need to stop, Ted. You need to stop. Stop. Sorry. And this, I hate to yell at him, but okay. So here is the insert card, and there's actually the insert that you're going to put on there. So if you wanted to just do this card as an insert card, you could do that, or you can put it on the front of your card. So, which is what I've chosen to do here. Now, what I did have to change is this thank you that's here, and I'm going to show you. I clicked on let's see, layers right here. And I want to show you right here on this layer, it shows that the thank you is set for cut, but we want it to be set for a pen, for writing. So we're going to select on that part of the layer, right? And you'll notice that it turns blue. So we need to edit. So we're going down to edit, and down here where it says cut, we are going to switch it to draw. It doesn't matter what color you choose. If you want to be very particular about it, you can choose whatever color. You notice it looks different. So let me show you that again. So I am going to select this part of that layer, the U, and it says it's a cut file. Okay, and I am going to go to edit, down here, edit, and you see it says line type cut, and we're just going to switch that on the pop-up window to draw, and it comes in at black, and just hit apply. Okay, but you're not completely done yet. You do need to make sure that this is attached to that insert card. So select them both and go to Actions and hit Attach. Now, when you are ready, let me just close my layers. When you're ready to cut this out, that's it. You're ready to cut it out. All you have to do is pick out your paper and attach it to your machine. Okay? And so you'd hit Make It, and here are your mats. So there's mat 1, that's the front of the insert, plus there are these 2 little egg-like cuts. That's for one of the flowers, or actually 2 of the flowers. And here is our card base, and here is that stamen, and here are the 3 parts of the flower that's going to pop out. This ends up being, this is the backing of the insert card. Now, you can fit it if you want to. You can move the object to, say, here. And you do have to move around the object. But if you want the same color flower as that insert backing, that's all you have to do is move it. Now this will disappear, this empty mat will disappear when we get to the cut file part. And also see here, we've got 2 like different colored pink flowers, and then there's 2 pieces of this green, and then 2 pieces of this darker green. Now, you can use something called Snap Mat, and I know people have asked me about this. In order to use it, you have to be on your iPad or your mobile device, and it's right down here, Snap Mat. What that would do is you would click that, and I'm just getting my cover out of the way, and you would basically take all 3 of these mats and take little pieces of paper, like scraps that you have, and position them on your mat. So for example, I would take a mat like this, and I would take some scraps like this, and I would decide, like, if I want the flowers, I put them there. And if I want, I don't have any green here, but let's use the blue. If I want to put the blue, we can put it anywhere. We could put it here. All right. And then let me get a contrasting color. Here will be the other green. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put it on, I like to put them at the 6-inch mark and the 1-inch mark, but the 0. Okay, so here are our 3, colors, and we're going to hit Snap Mat, okay? Snap Mat is you're going to take your picture of your mat. So I'm not sure that I can actually get all the way, I can't get it in the camera, but I can do it from up high. And so I'm going to Snap Mat it. I think it's working. All right, position. The app will scan it automatically. So I think it's going to do it. I'm hoping it's going to do it. I have only used this one other time. So I'm hoping it's doing it, but it appears as if it is, but I might have to go up even. There we go. Now take the picture, folks. Take it. Not working. Okay, well, in theory, that's what you would do. And what it would do is it would take a picture of your mat. Then you would then go and take these remaining 3 pieces, the pink and the 2 greens, and position them. So maybe you put this green here, right? And the other green here, and then the 2 color flowers there. That's how Snap Mat works, okay? But otherwise, it cuts exactly the same way as if you were cutting from your desktop. So let me show you how to put it together. Oh, you put the mat on the floor. Interesting. Okay, I'll try that, although the dog might come around and chew it up. Even while I'm doing it, believe it or not. Yesterday, oh my God, I had food delivered. Food delivered from Costco, and I had some like raw chicken, and I was like going from the front of the house where it was delivered into the kitchen, and I couldn't find the chicken. And I know I got the chicken. I know I was charged for the chicken. And I was like, oh, those dogs took my chicken. And it turned out they didn't take my chicken, but I blamed them for it. And I like went around looking for them. I'm like, Teddy Bear, Benji. They're usually right around me, and they weren't. And I was like, they took my chicken. So it turns out I had it on a different counter in the house. So anyway, it was kind of funny. I was like, oh, did you do intricate cuts? Did I do intricate cuts for this? No, I cut it regular. I didn't really think I needed to cut intricate cuts with this, but it cut pretty well. Are you having problems with intricate cut? Okay, so here's the front of the card. Like I said, this is just kind of looks just like an insert card. And so you can just put this in here as an insert card, or you can glue it. It's up to you. Yeah, I was like going around. I'm like, where are you dogs? Where are you, Teddy Bear? And he was under the bed. And I'm like, he certainly has that chicken under there. And he didn't. And he looked at me like, what are you talking about? You know? So Snap Mat is only available when you're doing the mobile device. So people who are asking, only the mobile device. I know you guys want intricate cut setting for Joy. I'm having a little bit of issues right now, and I'm talking to the Cricut developers, and I will bring that up because I have brought it up a number of times. So here's the insert card. You can either put this on at the front at the beginning, or you can save it for later, but I just wanted you to know that that's what you're going to be doing. But most of the wow factor is going to happen on the inside here. And let me just show you. So the flower consists of, the actual flower that pops out consists of 3 layers, and then this, what ends up being the stamen. And then all these other pieces, these little pieces of green that we couldn't cut on the Snap Mat, the 2 pink flowers, and then these little dots that kind of look like eggs, they're going to go on those flowers. They're all extra, okay? So we're going to just focus on this. Now I have folded my card really well because this is important when you're doing this project. And I'm going to fold at all of those score lines or dash cut lines for the flowers. This is going to be important for making it easy to open and close the card, okay? So I am folding. This one here actually folds on the inside, right down the middle of a petal. And there is a tab, and the tab is going to go right here. Now, Lori says to put the tabs in the back so it hides them a little bit. Because you're going to be looking at the inside of the flower. So you'll also notice that there are these 2 tabs down here. That's what's going to hold this flower into our card. Okay, so I'm going to do that for all 3. All 3 are different. They're different sizes. There's small, medium, and large. And we're going to start with the large after I get done folding this. And I'm just folding at all of those score lines. There's the small one, and I think this is the medium, okay? And folding, folding. Don't forget the tabs. Okay, and then don't also forget about your stamen piece. There's a lot on here, and you're going to just fold all the way around. It creates, what she said was, it creates like a hexagon, but I had a little trouble with this part, so I just want to mention it, okay? So once you have that done, you are going to glue them all closed. And again, try to do it so that the inside of the flower is what you're going to see. So do it so it overlays on the tab like this. So I'm going to take my glue, okay, and close it up. Just like that. Don't use a lot of glue. And don't worry about those tabs, but obviously it makes sort of a conical type of a shape. And going to do the same thing here with our larger piece. And do make sure you're following all of the, all of the score parts, because this is sort of important for this kind of card, because it's going to have to open up. And you'll sort of notice that the way this, and actually I did it a little wrong. I just did it a little wrong. I apologize. I think I'm supposed to have it fold as a mountain fold, but I don't think that's going to be a super huge problem. Let me just switch all of these from valley to mountain. Okay, because it's going to fold like this. You see that? And open like this. And that's why those folds are there. I'll make sure that I did it. I did do it right on this one. Oh, well. Okay, and then the third one is going to go behind here. I want to make sure that I refold this way. Okay, so put this on the tab and close it up. All right, make sure it's really on there good, because we're going to be playing with these pieces and we want it to dry. So give it a minute. This glue, it's the Barely Art glue. It does take a tiny bit longer than the Art Glitter glue. So if you have a choice, then maybe I would have chosen the Art Glitter glue. Now the tabs are going to go on the inside. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, and that's going to become our flower. Okay, and then as far as the stamen is concerned, it's also kind of an overlap. But when I watched the video, it was, you need to make sure that you are actually overlapping. So this one here completely, so that you have, and you can see from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what she said. It was a hexagon. And maybe that's where I got off on the wrong track, because it needs to fold all the way because it's on the inside of it. So let's try it that way, because I didn't do it that way the first time. I did it like this, but it seems to me like it has to be kind of foldable. All right, so let's go ahead and close. If not, we'll figure something out, okay? All right. Okay, so there is the stamen. Again, there's your tabs here on the bottom. So now that these are all sort of set, we're going to start with the biggest one. That's this one. And what you need to do, what Lori said to do, is to line up, and I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly, she said to line up this score or the dash cut line with this dash cut line, right? And just sort of visualize it there. And she put the tabs on either side of the score, but she was mostly concerned about making sure that the flower was lining up with that score line. And then what she did, once she knew that that was there, she took and put glue on this tab without moving it, right? In this tab, and she actually opened and closed it, but you don't have to do that. But here you go, the first tab, and then we're going to do it on the second tab. Try not to move where that flower piece is, okay? And I mean, technically they should be equally spaced, but here we go. But, you know, you got to wait for that glue to dry. All right? Hold it down. Okay. And this is what she did through every layer, was she was folding it just to make sure that it's going to fold. Now, the end product is bulky, so if you plan on mailing these, you may need to put it in like a thicker envelope, or you may have to pay extra for shipping because it is sort of bulky, but it should fold. Like mine, here's my first one. I mean, it kind of like doesn't fold, but all the way, but when I put it in an envelope, it will. Okay. And, but it's bulky, and I probably would put an extra stamp on it. Okay. So the second piece is going to mimic where the first piece goes through that tab. And it's slightly different sized, which was a little bit vexing for me. It was, to be honest, this part was a little bit troublesome because just kind of like pulling it back so that the inside tab sort of land in the same place was a little bit difficult. So don't beat yourself up if you don't get it the first time. It is something that's a little bit difficult to do. Okay, so then the third one also here. Now see here, this is what I'm talking about, right on the inside here. See how these sort of overlap if I just leave them to their own devices? So what I want to do is sort of pull them apart so that I'm going to be able to put that piece in. And it's going to be able to close. That's the part. Okay, so I'm holding in the inside. Trying to keep that separation there. Don't let it sort of go until you know it's really stuck. Okay. And again, if you have both glues, I think art glitter glue dries the faster of the two. Oh my goodness. Stop. Oh, yeah. Now somebody is barking back, or is it another dog? I don't know. Okay, enough, Teddy. Oh, you're such a bully. You're a bully. All right. So technically I should be able to fold all of these pieces, and that's what I'm doing here, because a hex has 6 pieces, right? So we're going to put the glue on the back of here of the tabs, and they're going to go on the inside. Now this was tough. This part was tough And what I did was I took like a tool or a pen or whatever and sort of pressed down so I can show you that the inside. You see that? So I'm just making sure that it's pressed down. I wouldn't fold it at this point. I would just like let it be, because I started folding it and it got real messy there for a while. So then I'm going to take the pieces of greenery and arrange them whatever way you like this. I think that Lori put her flowers there, but I thought the flowers looked kind of cool on this piece of greenery. Although maybe it's, yeah, I think I'll do that. And then here are the two little egg pieces. So let me go ahead and glue all of those in place while I'm waiting for the other pieces to dry. And then we can fold it up. Now this is a 5 by 7 inch card. You can make it smaller, but I believe with the flower on the inside, it could cause some issues. But if you have a joy, you could probably cut this out on the joy except for the outside card. But that's easy enough to replicate with just your regular cutter, your personal trimmer. And you could just make a 5 by 7. It'd actually be 10 by 7, and then you could just build on that. I don't think that I would go smaller on this card, because that would mean those pieces were smaller, and that would be difficult. So there is that. So here we go. I'm putting all these little pieces on. This is just the frills. Now, clearly, if you wanted to do something special or, maybe ink around here or do some different things, you could do that. It's up to your imagination. That's the thing about Lori's projects, is that she keeps it very simple. She uses mostly solid colors, and she lets the purchaser decide, the crafter itself decide what they want to do with all the pieces. Did I get everything? Nope, this one. And I've seen some of her crafting tutorials where there's been a guest and they use a lot of patterned paper, and it looks really good. So don't be limited to the solid colors, although the solid colors real nice too. Okay. So here we go. We are done. The last test of this is if it's going to fold, and yeah, it's folding. I might need to come back and sort of make sure that everything's in place, and it's bulky, but it is folding, you see? So I might have to come back, and there is that right on the inside. It's not quite dry. So let's give that a second more. And then we'll take this. Now see, this was written with the pen. I think it looks really great. And I'm going to, if you had double stick tape or a tape runner, might be a good idea to use that. But I only have the glue handy, so this is what I'm using. I love tape runners, but I don't often use them because I am always working with these little tiny pieces. Okay. And then we're going to put that on there. And we're just going to give it a little bit more time to dry, because I can see this piece on that side is sort of deciding it doesn't want to stay. And I'm just going to give it a dab more glue and sort of push down on there. But that, my friends, is a Lori Whitlock pop-up floral card. I think it's stunning, and this one looks to me, based on these leaves and the way it looks like a peony. Maybe use a heavier cardstock for the outer portion. Yeah, I would definitely probably do that. I just happen to pick this yellow because I don't have a lot of yellows in stock, so that's what I picked. But yeah, I think I probably would do that. And again, you can use this front to make your own card if you wanted to just do an insert card. But here you go. There it is. I don't think you need anything right there because I think most people are going to sort of hold it like this. Testing got results. Oh, okay. That's all right. You can watch the replay. So that is Lori Whitlock, pop-up flower, but also how to use your iPad and sort of a brief foray into the snap mat. And I think I am going to use Lori Jo's idea of when you're doing the snap mat, you'll notice that it has to be, the mat has to be within this square. And then once that picture is taken, then you would take your pieces and move them to this mat. That's the idea of snap mat. But I couldn't get high enough to get the entire mat in the picture, at least not from for the video. But hopefully I can sort of show you that in another video. Maybe I can position my camera differently or something for that. Okay. That's it, everyone. I hope that that you enjoyed it. Fold and tuck cards are, as far as I know, are only available on the Joy, although it would be kind of cool to do them on the Explorer, and I'll mention that to someone. And let's see, tomorrow, I'm going to try to do that unicorn HTV, but I might get sort of pushed to having to push that off because of some things that I have to do today. But I hope you're all doing well, and we will see you again tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Take care of yourselves, and I hope you get some crafting in. Take care. Bye.